Everybody, and welcome to Read the Bible with me. I'm Stan, and today we're looking at chapter 95 of the book of Psalm. So glad that you were able to join me this morning. And if you are a Bible Club member, like this video, leave a comment below. If you are new here, go ahead and click the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell. I'm grateful for all the Bible Club members. You support the ministry with that $10 a month. We're able to just take care of stuff of the ministry, buy Bibles, send missionaries. I'm grateful for your support. I really am. I say it every time because I really am thankful for each and every one of you. So let's look at chapter 95 of Psalms. It says, "Oh, come, let us sing to the Lord. Let us make a joyful noise to the rock of our salvation." Doesn't matter how good that noise sounds, just make sure that it's joyful. There's a lot of really good singers that sing in churches, and it's not joyful though. They don't mean what they say. They don't feel it. They don't have any emotion tied to it. And emotion during music and singing music is important because it's an emotional. How can you sing "I'm glad about the Lord" and not smile? How can you sing, thank you, Lord, for whatever you've done, and not smile about it? You get what I'm saying? So there should be some kind of emotion connected to it, but it needs to be joyful. I'm not saying you got to be doing cartwheels or anything. I'm just saying that you need to be joy. You need to have the joy of the Lord when you're singing songs about God. And if you don't have that joy, that's an indication that there is a connection between you and your Father that's been broken there, if you don't mean what you sing. It says, let us make a joyful noise to the rock of our salvation. Let us come into his presence with thanksgiving. Let us not come into God's presence asking for stuff, but come in saying, Lord, I thank you for all that you've given me. Lord, I thank you for this day you've made. Lord, I thank you that I have an opportunity to sing to you again. So come into his presence with thanksgiving. Let us make a joyful noise. Again, it says it to him with songs of praise. This is why we do songs in church. For the Lord is a great God and a great King above all gods. In his hand are the depths of the earth. The heights of the mountains are his also. The sea is his, for he made it, and his hands formed the dry land. Oh, come, let us worship and bow down. Let us kneel before the Lord, our Maker. For he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture and the sheep of his hand. Today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts like those of Meribah, as on the day of Massah in the wilderness. When your fathers put me to the test and put me to the proof, though they had seen my work, although they already had seen the work of the Lord, they still tested him. They didn't trust him. They didn't believe him. For 40 years I loathed that generation and said, they are the people who go astray in their heart. There are many people in the church, many people who claim to be Christians, whose heart has gone astray because they're deceiving themselves. And they're able to deceive themselves because they're continually doing what they always was doing. They're serving in the church, they're singing on the choir, they're serving different outreaches and all this different stuff, but it is their hearts are not in it. So they're consistent, but they're not faithful. Faithfulness has more to do with why you're doing what you're doing, right? You love doing what you're doing. You have joy in doing what you're doing because the Lord told you to do it. And so it's very important that we don't allow our hearts to go astray in our serving and our choosing God. And then verse 11, it says, their hearts have gone astray, end of verse 10, and they have not known my ways. They don't know. See, it's all about the ways of God. They know you can know God's works, and that's where you think you're saved because you know about God. But to know God and for him to know you is to know the ways of God and to follow his ways. Amen. If you love me, you keep my commandments. Verse 11 says, therefore I swore in my wrath, they shall not enter my rest. I swore in my wrath, they shall not enter my rest. That was chapter 95 of the book of Psalm. Thank you so much for reading with me. Can't wait to read the next chapter with you. Thanks for reading the Bible with me. God bless you. Peace.